Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 1973 United States 1 dime coin, and you can see it's a Roosevelt dime. There is an S here for San Francisco, for the San Francisco Mint, D here for Denver, and no mint mark at all means the 1973 Philadelphia Mint coin. This is not the year that they forgot to put the S on, so even if they had, you'll see that they don't look quite the same. And one of the things that people forget is that in the 1970s and in before then, that the San Francisco Mint made regular circulation or business strike coins. And so in 1973, the San Francisco Mint made 319 million of these, which is a lot. Not a lot, but a lot. And then the Denver Mint made 3.5 billion, and the Philadelphia Mint made 3.7 billion. So about 7.5 billion of these coins were made. So the S is not a rare coin from that era, but it is a rare coin if you get it in good shape. So if you can get it in this kind of condition right here, and we'll take a look at it, it's going to be worth possibly $10 to $12, as will these two here. If you can get it at MS65 with these, they're going to be worth $10 to $12 or more. If you can get these into MS67, which is really, really good shape, which this one is probably close, but we're not going to have it graded. But if you get this MS67, you may be talking about $100 to $400 for the different mints. Some people say, well, why is it that the dime in an MS67 is worth like 1/10 of what a penny would be? And that's interesting. People just, it all goes by collectors, right? So if you look for the 1973 pennies and you get them in MS67 or Mint State 67 condition for a business strike coin, you're talking about $2,000 to $4,000 for the different mints. That's the high price that's been paid on those. If you look at the high price that's been paid on these coins, the 1973 dimes, you're talking about $100 to $400 for an MS67. So it's just that there aren't as many dime collectors out there. What distinguishes a good dime and a bad dime? Let's look at that. First off, this is the Roosevelt Dime. Started in 1946. From 1946 to 1964, it was a silver dime, 90% silver. In 65, they started making it in a copper nickel clad copper. So right now it's about 95% copper. The whole inside of this is copper, and about 5% nickel. And how can you tell the inside of this is copper? Because you just tip it up and you can see the copper. Some people call this a copper sandwich. 118 of these reeds going around the outside. It's not a smooth edge coin. If you have this in your pocket, you can tell what it is just because of you can tell it's not, even though, well, a penny's a little bit bigger, not much bigger, but you can tell the difference between the dime and the penny just by running your fingers over the edge and you getting the reeded edge. All right, so these coins, like I said, these might be worth $5 to $10 each if they are getting up to the MS65 condition. But if you can get over onto the back, and we look at the what they call the bands on the back, and that's this part right here that goes onto the torch. So there is if you have the full torch with the full bands, both the bands and all the lines going through, you are talking probably in this one maybe $100 to $200. But it also has to be in MS67 or so to get that. United States of America at the top, one dime at the bottom, E pluribus unum across the center here. This is a olive branch here with two olives, an oak branch here with an acorn, and these are dots on each side, not stars. This coin, you can get it in a number of different ways, but you could get it in the uncirculated mint sets, so the U.S. Mint sold them, and those were in a PD and S set. So you didn't get a PD and S dime, you got a PD and S penny. If you wanted the dime here, you had to get that separately. And so that's where this one came from. This is actually a proof dime. I don't know if you can tell the difference. See how it's not shiny on the face at all, but it's shiny down and back. So this is actually a proof set dime. This one here is, you can see it's just a different kind of quality altogether. So this is a 1973 proof dime. It did not come in a PDS uncirculated mint set. If you wanted to get it like this, you had to get the proof coin. And you can tell by the polishing that's a proof coin. And in this one you can see how this metal is very similar to that metal. When you get the proof coin, you see that they've polished the metal differently. And this is much shinier here, and this is much more satin kind of finish here. All right, so not a lot of bucks in these, but they're good coins to collect, and they're kind of fun to collect. And in 1973, if you want to get the uncirculated mint set, you got something else with it that wasn't there in 1971, in 1972, and in 1970, and that was the Ike. So if you can get the uncirculated mint set from 1972, you will get the Eisenhower dollars, the Philadelphia, which is here, and then a Denver, which would have a D here. And that's why when you look at uncirculated mint sets, sometimes you say, well, why did they start costing so much more in 1973? It was not because of any rare coins. It was simply because they had the Eisenhower dollars. So the uncirculated mint sets went up to about $12. You can get one of these for about $10 to $12 now, whereas you can get a 1972 for about $5 or $6, the uncirculated mint set. All right, well, that's all we have. So try to collect these dimes, and look for the bands on the back, and see if you have the, quote, full torch or full bands version, which none of these are. Look how messy that is through there, even though this is an S coin. Let's take a look at the back of the bands on this. Because it's a proof coin, it has a little bit different standards, but this is what you look for. And look for those, look for the bands, look for the separation between these, and look for the torch. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Leave any comments you might have in the comments section.